So there were like a ton of trailers released recently, and I'm gonna talk about some of them. Aquaman. This was a big splash coming out of Comic-Con because it's something everybody was really looking to find out which direction the DCEU seems to be going. And where they seem to be going is Marvel. That's a bad thing. I'm not a DCEU fanboy or a Marvel fan. I'm not a fanboy for any of the... I just enjoy good films. The DCEU just happens to be seriously lacking in those films. But I gotta say, guys, this Aquaman trailer, it didn't entirely like single-handedly restore my faith in the direction that Warner Brothers is taking this franchise, but it gave me hope again that I had seriously lost with Justice League. I mean, it looks like they're trying, and with James Wan at the helm of this thing, I really think we're going to be pleasantly surprised. He is a visionary filmmaker. He's mostly known for doing horror, but he also dabbled in action. He did Fast and Furious, and now he's doing this film. I mean, odd choice, but the man has a vision. If you look at the movies like The Conjuring, or even if you look at Fast and Furious, he knows the product he's selling, and he does it very, very well. So if anybody can save the DCEU, it's that guy. Now, even if Aquaman fails, we still have Wonder Woman 1984 coming out in 2019, something I am very, very excited for, but we haven't gotten much from that other than some behind-the-scenes set pics, etc., etc. So Aquaman is in. All eyes on Aquaman. If they can't pull off Aquaman, and he's not the easiest character to pull off, that being said, they really, really need to reevaluate this whole franchise idea. Maybe they should just, scrap the whole universe thing and just make individual comic book adaptations, which I am totally fine with. I wish they would have just done that from the beginning or done the individual character films first, etc., etc. But this is not a video whining about the DCEU. This is a video talking about the Aquaman trailer, and that the visual effects look fantastic. The visual style of being underwater, of them speaking, without the bubbles coming out, but hearing what they're saying. The colors, they pop. It's a beautiful looking film. It looks like we're going all around the world. It looks like we're going to the bottom of the sea. It looks like we're jumping out of planes, going into the desert. It's going to be a true epic comic book movie adventure, and it's going to be Aquaman like we've never seen before. And I think we're finally going to see all those Aquaman is lame jokes maybe put to rest for a while, because Jason Momoa looks like he's taking this character by the balls and running with it. So Aquaman is now one of my most anticipated films of the year for sure, although I am going in quite skeptical and trepidatious given the historicals.
Save Martha!
Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Now, I am actually a big fan of the 2014 Gareth Edwards directed Godzilla. I thought that film is like borderline masterpiece. It does have some flaws that bother me, but overall, I thought that film was fantastic. It was the Godzilla film I wanted to see. I loved the slow burn buildup. The fan complaint that Godzilla was barely in it is one of the reasons why I really liked it. But that being said, it looks like this is the movie where the fans are heard, and this is going to be a very Godzilla-centric film. Even though he's not in the trailer a lot, you can tell with all these giant titans roaming the world all of a sudden, and some of them are, some iconic Godzilla enemies. Godzilla's going to get his time to shine in this film. You got a badass poster that was released a few weeks ago. I mean, everything about this film is telling me that it's going to be awesome. There's going to be some really jaw-dropping moments in this film. The visual effects look great. The visuals look stunning. I love the music used in the trailer. It looks like it has a fantastic cast. I'm glad to see Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things kind of getting her time to star in a feature film. It's really looking like something special, like a true event film. And of course, this is going to tie right into King Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus King Kong, or Kong versus whatever they're going to call it. We're going to get that movie guaranteed. And I wouldn't be surprised, and I'd be willing to bet money on it, that King Kong is going to appear either at the very end of this film or in the end credits, or something alluding to King Kong at the very least. Wouldn't shock me at all. In fact, I am looking forward to it. Shazam! This trailer really surprised me because this is a movie I was kind of like not looking forward to at all. I'm familiar with the Shazam character and Billy Batson and his, previous alter ego, Captain Marvel. And it's something I was into as a kid, but he was always just kind of like a knockoff Superman to me. I didn't know the lore. I didn't know the mythology. Now that I have familiarized myself with this after watching that trailer, I am totally locked in and ready for this movie. I mean, it just looks like such a good time. A lot of people have compared it to Tom Hanks's Big, a big hit comedy from the late 1980s. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And this definitely has that vibe going for it. I love what superhero films are kind of starting to do these days. They're taking certain genres and then applying them to the comic book movie, whether it's a spy movie like you saw in Captain America, Winter Soldier, or it's a John Hughes movie like we saw in Spider-Man Homecoming, and now we're seeing big in Shazam. It looks funny, it looks like they understand the character, they know how to deliver the character to modern audiences, which is not to play it straight. It's to kind of poke fun and acknowledge that Shazam is a stupid name, his costume is stupid, and he's a little boy that turns into just an adult, but like with a little boy's mentality, which you can have so much fun with, and it looks like they are not holding back. Off the top of my head, I forget the gentleman who's cast as Shazam. Just, Google it. And I really haven't seen him in a lot of other stuff, so I'm very unfamiliar, but he looks like he gets the character down perfectly. Looks like he has excellent comedic timing. The two young actors in the film, one of them was from It from last year. They both look like they do a fantastic job playing off of their adult co-star. Everything about this film just points to one hell of a good time. And who knows, this could come out as one of the best DCEU movies we've gotten. I wouldn't be that surprised. So if Aquaman can't do it and Wonder Woman can't do it, we've got Shazam. M. Night Shyamalan's Glass. Now, I am a big fan of early Shyamalan. I love The Sixth Sense. I loved Unbreakable. I love Signs. The Village was kind of where you started to falter, and then, we could just skip like the next 10 years, but he's starting to pick up pace again with Split, which I thought was a genuinely well-done movie, like shockingly well done. Everybody talks about The Visit as being his comeback movie, and personally, I think The Visit is like a big pile of shit. So, with Split, I was kind of reinvigorated. My passion was conjured up once again for M. Night Shyamalan, and I'm ready to see where he's going with his career now. Is this a real comeback, or did he just have, a lucky strike? So time will tell, but the trailer definitely sells it. It looks interesting. It looks like something we haven't seen before. What an interesting concept for a sequel to that movie. I was always wondering, like, how would you make a sequel to Unbreakable, really? And doing what they're doing, putting most of the movie anyway, at least so it appears from the trailer, in a mental institution, having this doctor who studies people who think they're superheroes. It just looks like there's so many questions it's going to raise. It's going to go directions we couldn't have guessed. It also could be awful because, Shyamalan is not exactly the most reliable director we have working today in terms of consistency and quality. But what the hell? I'm a big fan of the original. I'm going to go into this one with high hopes, but realistic expectations. Again, the historicals.
I'm a hero again. Oh, you think I'm little, but last month I grew 1.25 inches again. You think you're too good for me, but that's really a joke. Cause see, that doesn't bother me cause I'm not a sensitive bloke.
And last but not least is a trailer that didn't actually come out of Comic-Con, but actually premiered online recently, and that is Venom. Now, I didn't really enjoy the first Venom trailer, to be honest with you. I thought it was okay. It was okay. It just looked kind of like, I don't know, like borderline sci-fi channel, like just something that, barely missed the straight-to-video market. I got that vibe from it. It seemed cheap. It seemed like a cash grab, like they were just trying to throw the character out there. I don't know. I got lots of bad, like, studio interference vibes from the trailer, and I hope I am dead wrong because I love the character of Venom. I think there's so much potential here. I love Tom Hardy as an actor, and I'm so happy he was cast in the film. And I'll admit, I like this new trailer a lot more than the original trailer, maybe just because they showed a lot more of Venom himself, and he looks amazing, like ripped right from the comic book page. So at least they got that right. But as far as like the quality of the film, the pacing, the nuanced stuff, the tone, the balance of humor and drama, the type of character Tom Hardy is playing, I don't know what his Eddie Brock's going to look like. The Eddie Brock in the comic is, kind of a jerk, depending on which version you read. Here he seems more like timid and mild and kind of weird, so, which is like Tom Hardy's MO, of course. So I don't know. We'll see where this goes. It could go any different direction. Right now, I am very dubious and very, very skeptical that this will end up being a good film. History tells us this will not, but I'm willing to give it a chance. I really want one of these standalone villain-centric movies to succeed, and if this doesn't succeed, then we have Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie coming right down the pipe for next year. So, we'll take another shot at it. But I would really love to see Venom make it. I hear they're talking about making a Kraven the Hunter movie and spinning off other Spider-Man villains. It does sound like Sony getting very, very desperate, which again worries me with the Venom movie. Are they trying to start a cinematic universe for the villains again? I mean, did they not learn their lesson from Amazing Spider-Man 2?
This is not it, Spider!
So that is it, guys. Go and comment and tell me your thoughts on these trailers. Which one was your favorite? Which one changed your mind the most? And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to click like below. And if you want to see more videos just like this one, just go ahead and click subscribe.